Next, on your marks, get set, go.
Thank you, Ed. I'm a real loser dad, aren't I, being here on a Saturday afternoon when there's an FA... Is there an FA Cup final today? The only thing I know about football is that is a football. So catch that and hold that for me. So I'm Nick Corston. That's my guilty pleasure, if you like. I'm just a dad. I am just a dad, nothing more than that. No fancy stuff. You're the clever ones, you're the teachers. I'm a dad who saw this TED Talk. Who hasn't seen that TED Talk? Great, that's your homework tonight sorted. 20 years ago, this month, he published a report about creativity in arts and education. It was a fantastic piece of work. It was trashed and long forgotten. 5 years ago, The Guardian had a headline with that. It said, "I just talk quickly till people say yes." That's a picture of me and my two boys in The Guardian 5 years ago today when we launched this project I'm going to tell you about now, STEAMco, which is about bringing communities into schools to inspire kids with creativity, to help them find their art. Activities might be spin painting, ukulele, making rockets, get the dads in, rolling papers, coding. And we put everything you need to run a STEAMco day in a little trailer that's currently blocking the car park, so nobody's leaving early this afternoon. There we are in Newcastle. 4 out of 10 kids just asked what they want to be when they grow up, said rich. But they can't all win the X Factor, they can't all play for Watford Town. We need to give these kids inspiring role models. We need to give them real role models. We call them inspirators. We want to get these famous creative people to go into schools to develop activities like this lad did. This lad from Sunderland, who was on the telly in America with a gadget he designed to eat your breakfast a bit more efficiently. A design that a little girl created through his inspiration because she didn't have any friends to go skipping with her, so she used a couple of drones. This little girl wanted to go scooting with all her family, so he made it for her. Dominic Wilcox, when he was a little boy, his mum and dad took him to the Durham Cathedral. When he ended up at the Royal College of Art, Minnie, great walking past the Mini factory today or driving past, said, "Design a car of the future." And that's what he came up with, a stained glass driverless sleeper car, because you don't need to see where you're going and you can have a bed in it and you can have a nap. Creativity is Great Britain. It's our greatest export. I launched STEAMco in Brazil the other day, at the Bet Show over there. That's me, Nick Corston. Pause for a breath. I am a born-again Elton John fan.
Don't have much money.
I don't have much money. But if I did, I certainly wouldn't be buying a house with it for us all to live in, I'm afraid.
We both could live.
That song has changed my life. Does anybody remember the TV ad that it was on just before Christmas and who it was for? John Lewis, correct answer. What do you think that ad was about? One word, come on, one word, Kerry, one word. What was that film about, that ad, John Lewis ad? Anybody got a word? Just make my day. Pardon? Nostalgia, high five for that. Stupid eye, didn't see that coming, did you? What word, one word, one word? One word, that's two. Okay, how about pianos? How about art? How about a gift of art? How about a gift of a career? Piano, music, money. Suddenly the kids are listening, aren't they? Making lots of money with your art. Here I am in Bradford. I rented that screen in the morning when I heard that Jimmy Rotherham, the music teacher, had been shortlisted for Global Teacher of the Year. I rented that screen for 500 quid. It's usually £5 don't tell my wife. So if you had one thing to say to Elton John, what would it be to Elton John if he was listening now? I don't know if he is, but...
Thanks for the music, Elton.
Thanks for the music. I'd say thank you for that. Thank you for Rocket Man. Thank you for your song. Because we believe in art for all. I'm not wearing an I Love Art t-shirt for no good reason. I believe that art is what we call it when what we do connects us. I went to Primary Rocks last year and I met that bloke. Anybody know who that is? Brian Walton. He's the head teacher of a school down the road from Glastonbury. I want to see him on stage this year with a microphone. No, that's our mayor. I don't want him. Let's have the Queen instead. And that's a little boy. A little boy in Brian Walton's school, because Brian Walton's school, Brookside Academy in Street, won Times Education Supplement Community of the School of the Year last year, an alternative provision. For one reason, he told me, because they only close 1 week a year, that school. It's the hub of that community. I'm not going to start on the social services stuff, but you know the job you do and the role you play in your communities. And that's why I think art is so important, because if art connects us, There's never been a more important time for us to be reconnected. STEAMco connects our kids with their art and our communities with their schools. And that's what this is all about, because you guys can't do it all on your own. Here I am, after I saw that Elton John film, I ripped it off, put my own subtitles on it, went on a 2-week tour of Britain, from Cornwall to Carlisle. There I am in King's Cross kicking it off. There I am in Burton-on-Trent. There I am in Birmingham, I think, letting off a rocket. Look at that, there's a rocket going off there. There I am showing a little film of me when I was 1 with my dad and my first ever train set. Look, my dad showed me how to make a bridge. What did I use to make a bridge? I used my imagination. You all knew the answer. We've all got an imagination. On that tour, I ended up blagging a Lego train set from John Lewis, and I gave it to that little lad at Parklands Primary in Leeds. That lad wasn't expecting much for Christmas, let alone a Lego train set. That's him in Parliament, opening our Art Connects Festival with his mum and his dad and his teacher there, Sharon from Parklands Primary. And there he is playing with his train set in Parliament. That train set was to me what that piano was to Elton John. I became an engineer. I went to university. I've got a master's degree in electronic engineering, design A-level technology, and a big gob, as you can see. So I get technology, I understand creativity, and I love selling a good story. I spent the first half of my career in advertising. I'm spending the second half working with you to inspire young people to be creative. The Art Connects Festival, you can read all about that. It's about inspiring kids, creating jobs, and engaging community, because I don't believe anybody cares much about schools or education or teaching until they have kids, and then everything changes. You can look that up on the internet. We had a page in The Guardian, everybody sent us a quid, had their name in the paper, and we're just about to announce we're launching this Art of Events tour. We've just done the Art of Festivals, where we had the creative director from Glastonbury. We're doing the Art of Community in Parklands with Chris Dyson and Beth and the school community. That's going to be an event, not like this. This isn't going to be CPD for teachers. It's going to be parents and teachers and children and business people and local artists sitting together running an event like this about how they can come together to inspire their children. Simon has agreed to do an event called The Art of Books in Whitby. Has anybody ever been to Whitby? I do know it's a long way on the train, which is why I'm driving, because I'm doing a 6-week tour. This man, Richard Gerber, is generously offered to do his first keynote on this new book, Education Manifesto for Change. The theme of that book, collaboration. Communities working with you. He's doing that in King's Cross. We're doing an event called The Art of Rockets in South Wales, and we're doing this What's Your Art summer tour. I'm going to be going to schools all the way across the country after half term for 6 or 7 weeks to talk to their kids. What's your art? Is it fashion or football, cooking or coding, painting or photography, engineering, inventing, dance, robots, whatever. And we're going to do an all-school assembly. We're going to talk about that. We're going to make paper rockets. We're going to do coding with BBC Microbits. We're going to do ukulele workshops, all delivered by the parents working with teachers in these sessions. A robot workshop. I've got a robot here, I haven't got time. That robot will solve a Rubik's Cube in 2 minutes and 20 seconds, made out of Lego. How cool is that? 20 years old, that technology. An inventing workshop with Dominic Wilcox. Engineering with the dads rolling up newspapers. Parental engagement is so important. We finished with a rocket launch, and here's a video of what some rocket launches look like. You can watch that on the internet, lots of videos. So this book changed my life. A book about 4 boys who didn't want to be coal miners in a dead-end coal mining town in America in the 1950s. They looked up to the sky and saw the Sputnik. They learned to make rockets. A year later, they made a rocket that went 6 miles high in the sky with the encouragement of a mum, a teacher, and eventually the dad caved in and helped as well. And Ed's lad and my boy made a paper rocket. Let's just fire this and show you what these rockets. This is a rocket they knocked up in the hall, which is why there's loads of mess there. We pump it with a little bit of air and we do a countdown.
3 minutes, 15 seconds, guidance
so this
is
bit
internal.
is going to take 12 seconds.
12,
you know that, come on,
11,
10, come on,
10,
10, 9, come on, Reed, come on.
Ignition sequence starts. 6.
This is the graveyard shift, let's bring it to life.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
So that is a paper
We have
rocket.
a liftoff.
That book
32 minutes
changed
past
my
the
life. I'm not
hour.
going to tell you details. If
Liftoff
I
on
gave somebody a
Apollo
copy of
11.
this book, would they promise to read it and tweet it and pass it to somebody else, maybe give it to a parent in their school community? Does anybody want that? Yeah, there you go. I'm glad you said that. Are you a dad by any chance? Fist bump.
Dad, can we read this?
Respect. The Art of Dads.
on now,
Has anybody
Jack.
seen this film before?
Sorry, buddy, come on. Let's just watch some television or something, shall we?
Save the Children, National Literacy Trust, getting dads to read. And this is the dad I want to engage today. The dad who hasn't gone to the football like me, the dad who's working today like me, the dad who sent his partner to Watford Town to watch the football today with his sons. Elton John's launching a film on Wednesday. It came out in Cannes on Thursday night, amazing film. Elton John is a great artist. Elton John is a great export. The creative industry is worth £100 billion to this country a year. He's a great dad. Here and now I'm announcing the Art of Rocket Dads Week, next week. This is a literacy event because next week I'm going to write and publish 5 stories that dads can read to their kids every night. Short stories, 1 page, whatever, in a picture. One about Homer Hickam story, Dr. Helen Sharman, Mary Jackson, one of the Hidden Figures characters, Elon Musk, the little boy who grew up to change the world to make rockets, electric cars. That guy, I can't even pronounce it, he's paid $1 billion to go to space on Elon Musk's rocket. So that's what we're all about. The Daily Mirror had an article recently where somebody said, I've learned the simplest thing in life is having a minute with them. It's worth more than any painting, any photograph, any house or hit record. Before we had the children, we just had our lives and we'd spend money because we didn't have anything else to focus on. Who do you think said that? Maybe it was that bloke who's got Gucci loves Elton. I never thought that fatherhood could bring me so much joy. Our children have always been educated. They know we have to support people. They know that not just people with AIDS, people in generally who need help. And I'm appealing today to Elton John to pay £300 for me to go into a school near where he lives in Windsor, near Eton, near where the Queen lives, near Legoland, and run one of our What's Your Art sessions. I'd love to come into your schools. If you think you can do this, I'm going to give you everything you need to appeal to local companies, to local people, to pay for us to come into your school, because I can't imagine you've got a lot of budget left at this time of year. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Ed, for letting me do that. That's the What's Your Art Summer Tour, and I'm just a dad. Thanks for listening.